talk about it. We can talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it. We can talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it. Where did your mama stay? Let's talk about it. Mama didn't kick me out. I gotta get my diploma. I told her, let's talk about it. I'm doing good, but what about you? Really though, we gotta talk about it. You got a man, she can't pay. Hey, we gotta talk about this. How them Secret Service and I know the government be getting up watching us. How that my cousin and uncle, but my friends got me living so comfortable. We ain't related unless we talking in the same sentence that my mother do. Let's talk about it, hey, let's talk about it. We can talk about it, hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
All right.
You know the intro is gonna be lit, man. You got me want to talk about everybody now.
Listen.
Let's talk about it.
All right, you guys. This is the Let's Talk About It podcast with Sosa and Friends, and we have a new friend on our podcast today. Let's give it up for him. So I won't take all the shine from you. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. Who do we have here today?
Okay, all right. Well, let's see. My name is Kels. Do I look into anything?
You can look at either or.
Either one of
either
these.
Or.
My name is Kels. I'm a Capricorn. No, my name is Kels. I'm a writer. I'm a consultant for writers, a coach for writers. My dad.
Okay.
No.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Yeah, well, I don't know if that's much of a.
Not many people just go ahead and be like, yeah, I'm a dad.
Well, I'm a dad, man. I'm a dad. I'm a writer. I help people. Basically, I help people write their stories better or help them get their creative thoughts out better.
Okay. Love that. Do you
but I
have
love
anything new coming up?
Wow, right in. As a matter of fact, I do.
Tell us about it.
So, all right. So I've been writing since like the third grade. Right?
Okay.
So it's safe to say I've been writing for over 30 something years.
Gotcha.
Okay. And I noticed something in the way that I write my stories. And this is, people have different ways that they do it. Mm-hmm. But the thing that I noticed that I do is I always have to think how I want it to end first.
Okay.
I think about like, you ever seen a painter? Mm-hmm. You ever seen like a video of a painter and he's doing something and you're like, damn, what is it? What's it gonna be?
Right.
And then they do all this and then they flip it over and it's like Michael Jackson. You're like, what? Like I didn't even see that. How did you get that? They already have that image in their head. They know where it's gonna go. Okay. So to you it looks like magic, but to them it's just the process.
Right.
So what I've done is I've created a process, a method I call the road trip method. Mm-hmm. I call it that because when you're planning a road trip, you know where you're going to end up.
Right.
It's just a matter of how you're going to get there.
Right.
And with the road trip method, you basically think of your ending first. It's really important, and then you plot your way towards it. A lot of writers that I've come across, a lot of them they're kind of lacking confidence, right, in what it is that they're doing, and a lot of that is because they feel like, they compare themselves to somebody. I saw this movie or I read this book or this thing, and I don't think I can be that good. Mm-hmm. That's not the case. You just lack the confidence, and you may even lack some of the tools to express yourself properly.
Right.
That's where I come in with my services. As a coach, I encourage you, just like a coach would when you go to the gym or something like that. Give me one more. It's the same exact kind of thing that I do with the people that I work with. I encourage you. I want you to make sure that you understand that the ideas that you have are all good ideas. It's just a matter of cultivating those ideas. I don't want
making it happen.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like people, they, for whatever reason, especially when it comes to our people. That's what I'm talking. I'm talking about us. Okay.
Tell them. My
thing, my goal, my dream is to help as many of us tell our stories as possible. And it's really cool because right now our storytelling is on the rise. So we're seeing a lot of movies with us. Not just, the low-key, low-budget movies. We're seeing
all the slave stories.
Yeah, we're not just seeing, we're no longer, just drug dealers and basketball players and slaves. Now you're seeing more prominent movies. I just saw a movie not too long ago in the theaters. I thought it was hilarious. Did you see, what's it called? The Blackening.
No, I have not.
Oh my God.
What is that about?
Hilarious. Okay, so you know how in every horror movie, the black person always dies first?
Unfortunately,
right? But that's just how it seems. Like it's a trope. So what the writers of this movie did was they took a horror movie genre and they put nothing but black people in it, right?
Okay.
And the tagline was, "Well, we can't all die first."
I think I know what that movie is.
Yes.
Wasn't we supposed to go see that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The movie was great, right? It was lots of fun to watch, and what I liked about it again was predominantly black cast. We're talking, in a genre that we usually don't see
a lot of black
people in, especially dominating in that genre.
Right.
But there's movies like that. There's directors that are doing it real big right now. There's a movie on Netflix called The Old Guard, starring Charlize Theron, directed by a black woman. They got a sequel coming out for that one. You have Shonda Rhimes, of course, with her Bridgerton series and all the stuff that she's done on ABC. You have Tyler Perry just bought BET, which is a big move. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people have their thoughts about Tyler Perry as far as his content, but there's not a single writer in the universe that can knock his hustle.
Right, because Tyler Perry's been starting way before. When he was doing, I was on Tyler Perry when he was doing all the plays and everything. That was like his prime. Yeah, and then everything else just kind of like trickled down into it.
Yeah, he managed to take his niche, which is really important. He managed to take his niche and just say, "I'm gonna stay in this lane right here." He drops movies at times when there's no other big movie. Right, dropping at the time because he knows his people are gonna go see his movies. So his movies are big because they do big numbers in the times that they do it. Because he's not dropping up against Tom Cruise or Will Smith. He's gonna drop that movie when whatever comes out. You know what I mean? Some movie you never heard of, and so he does big numbers. With him doing that, with him having his own studio in Georgia and all that other stuff, it makes way for us to be able to do more things as well, and not just the small stuff that we've been seeing, but big production type stuff. I want to let people know that whatever idea you have is a good idea. All right? Don't ever back down from it, because there's a movie called Sharknado, and that's $1 billion franchise, and it's about a freaking tornado full of sharks. Somebody greenlit that, and they got $1 billion. So your movie idea, your story idea is not dumb. You just got to get it in front of somebody that'll be like, "Oh, I want that." You know what I mean?
Like how to interpret it for you.
Exactly.
Got you.
So
right.
So that's what I'm about. Like I said, my book, Road Trip Method, it is currently, as of this date, what's today's date?
Today's the 12th.
August the 12th. As of August 12th, it is in pre-order on Amazon Kindle. It's dropping officially September 1st. So you can check me out. You can look, what do I got? TikTok and all that other stuff. You can go on Instagram. It's my first and last name, Keldrick Mobley, on Instagram and on TikTok. And you can also, actually my larger account is Actually It's Kel. So you spell out actually ACTUALLYITS on TikTok and Instagram. And you can click the link and you can download that when it drops on the 1st.
Okay, love that.
Thank you.
Big up to you.
Thank you very much. That's the plug.
All right, cool. Love that for you. So, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. I think we should tell the audience how we kind of like met.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
This could be like a fun story.
All right. Without giving away too much
information.
Basically, you and I met on a date, but it wasn't our date. I wasn't dating you.
Both were on a
right.
date.
You were on a date and I was on a date.
Right.
And that's how it came to be. The date that I was on was with a gorgeous, extraordinary, I mean, you name it, she's that young lady that I met a while ago, and we had a chance to reconnect. Okay. So it just so happens that on that particular night was our reconnection night.
That's
great. Yeah, she was okay. like I hadn't seen her in a while, right? So I didn't know what to expect. Like, okay, well, I must whatever, because we were talking and everything, and I was like, all right, well, I want to meet her because she's super nice and all that other kind of stuff. But I didn't know what she was gonna like be, when she came to the door. And when she came to the door, I was just like,
my goodness.
My God, it was it was awesome.
That's amazing.
But yeah, so you and I met when we her and I had gone over to the Social Room in Hollywood, which is a place I love to hang out at. And we met over there, and then you were. It was our second or third. Your second date with Buddy.
Third
date with third. Oh, okay.
I said second or third.
Well, yeah. So you guys had a couple up on us. and we were playing
Uno.
And you did what all people do when you're playing Uno with black people. You sat down. The first thing at your mouth was,
y'all need a second player?
No.
What was it?
You was, how y'all playing?
Yes.
The universal. Because, man, come on, man.
Because every time you sit down, you have to figure out what are the rules.
What are we doing?
How we playing? Because
Right.
Black people play all types of ways.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you got to figure out which way we playing. We playing numbers and colors. What we doing? We
Exactly.
doing more than one card. How we trying to do this?
It's universal.
Right.
Universally understood.
All right, cool.
Rule
So
book
the audience
out the
has like a
window.
little background of how we
But yeah, no.
established.
We hung out that night and it was cool. You guys had a good vibe and it was like, yo, these are people that we should stay in contact with.
Yeah,
that
good
was-
vibes all around. See?
That was that. Good vibes. There you go. See, it's as advertised.
Good vibes.
Good vibes all around. That's what it was.
So moving forward, how the podcast works.
Okay.
So everyone kind of like picks from the box. I don't know what's in the box. We kind of just go.
You don't know what's in the
I
box?
don't know what's in the box. Like I cannot.
Like
tell
the ending of Seven? What's in the box? You didn't see that movie.
No.
Oh my God.
I'm not like a TV type of person. I really don't watch.
Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman. Okay.
No.
Showing my age over here.
So whatever question or topic that you may get,
Mm-hmm.
Everyone on the table has the opportunity to answer. There is a no judgment zone. So you can answer however you want to. We
Okay.
are not here to judge you, but we are morally trying to just understand who you are and
Okay.
how the way you think.
Okay. All right.
So
I'm
without
down.
further ado,
Let's
I'm
go.
going to have you go ahead first.
Let's
you
get
can
it.
go ahead and
Let's
pull
get it.
out the box. You can shake it up. Do
I'ma
what you
shake
got to
it.
do.
I'ma do.
Figure it out.
I'm gonna do that. Boom. Shake it. Oh, I don't want to look. Okay. And I'm doing real good with the shuffle.
You're doing real good.
See that? Boom. Okay. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
What do you think the world will look like in 5 years?
Ooh.
Wow. Well, let's talk about what happened over in Alabama.
Oh yes, please.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about what happened over in Alabama. All right, but not from the comedic standpoint.
Okay.
I want to talk more so about what it can be, or what I would like it to be, and I hope in answering and in describing that, it answers the question as well. So because we all watch the videos a million times over.
We watched several different angles.
I was on TikTok all day. I couldn't even stop. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd be like, all right, okay, oh my God, another one. And they got better and better and funnier, and it was amazing, right? But then as the days went by, you started to see explanations. You started to see people come out and talk about how the importance of the event and how it made them feel and things of that nature. So I took it upon myself to make a video myself. And in it, I wanted to talk more so about the importance of being valued as an individual, as a black person, and having value and seeing that value. It's been, how can I say, it's been impressed upon us over the years that we don't have value, which is why we do certain things. You might see, they talk about, you guys are killing each other, black on black violence and things of that nature, and all of that, and this crabs in the bucket mentality, and we don't have community and things of that nature. And more so, I saw it as an opportunity to say these people saw an injustice and said, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to let that happen, because that person over there is valuable and has value, and that person belongs to a group that is going to look out for them.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's why they came over. Aquaman, Scuba Gooding Jr.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? He was in there. Yo, he was with it.
I did not notice he was doing that. I was like,
Did you see he hit Buddy with the rock bottom?
Yes.
I'm like, this. Not only can he swim, he had hands. I'm like,
Sure did.
okay.
I would hope so. If you doing all
You
that,
doing all that? Yeah, you better
get
come over. Yeah,
you gotta get it in.
Like,
There's
you know
no
what I mean?
way.
But in that, the captain of the boat had a chance to speak and say that, it's not a black or a white thing. It was these people saw their crewmen, da 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 da. Okay, cool, captain. But the people that were up in the stands or whatever watching it saw a black man
getting jumped
by a whole and was like, nah, we're not doing that. So what I think, or what I hope the world will look like in 5 years, is us realizing our value and no longer taking what's given to us.
Absolutely.
Us raising the stakes and saying, look, this is how you treated us before. Yeah, that's not flying anymore. You're not doing that anymore. So there are certain things you can't do anymore. And when you know what your value is, you raise your rates.
Yeah,
exactly. You raise the bar. I'm not having that. We're not having people running, following us in trucks with shotguns because we ran by a house. We're not having people pull up on us and we sitting outside playing in the yard and you're not doing that.
We're fighting back.
We're fighting back. You're not treating us any kind of way anymore. So I'm hoping that in 5 years we come to that reckoning and we're saying we're standing more in solidarity, because it's really not about, I mean, what I find interesting about the All Lives Matter thing is, yeah, you're right, yes, but right now these ones over here
are not even
being taken care of.
Right.
We want to get to that.
We want to get to the equality.
Yeah, we want to get there.
We have to subject the ones first that are being treated like the minority.
Exactly. If you have a block of houses and one house is on fire, well, all houses matter. Yeah, well, this one's on fire.
Right.
So
we gotta put the water
out there, then we can get back to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm hoping. In 5 years is what it looks like, and that we can look back and say, yo, there was a point in time where this was the precipice. This is what jumped it off, and we decided, we ain't having that no more.
We're gonna be in unity.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Now, do you answer it, or is that?
I'm answering
okay,
too.
let's see what you got.
In 5 years, I'm gonna piggyback on the unity. Yes, definitely, I feel like Black people should come together and definitely be able to speak our minds more and get things done. As much as the government or society likes to control certain things, I feel like everyone has a voice, but we have a bigger voice when things happen, just as much as other folks do.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of things should change when it comes to certain, what's the word I'm looking for? Like certain laws that should happen. You know, I don't know if you know, but in certain states, lynching is still
technically legal. Yeah.
And I'm just like, how?
Yeah.
Does no one not see a problem with that?
You know what's wild to me is people's justification for the reason they do the things that they do. Like right now, and I didn't know we was gonna get into this lane, but right now you got like people like DeSantis trying to remove certain parts of history from the books because they feel bad, because it's going to make my kids feel bad because they're white.
But that's what happened.
But you want to tell what happened. You know what's dope about Germany?
What?
Okay, so Germany is where, Hitler and all, yes. Right? And what Germany did, they were like, okay, this bad thing happened. Our bad. They paid reparations. And then they taught it. Here's where we fucked up at. Here's what we did. We're sorry about that. This was a dark part of our past. We want to make it better. So they didn't ignore it. They didn't sweep it under the rug like these folks are trying to do. They said, here's what happened. So we can learn from that and we can be better than that. Because if you have any children?
No.
Okay. Eventually you're going to have kids. Right? Eventually you're going to have them. Right? And your kid is going to do something. Okay, and you're gonna want to teach your kid the right way to do whatever that thing is.
Right.
Okay, but if you automatically get on them and you on them, they're not gonna learn like that. They have to learn from their mistake. You have to let them make the mistake.
Absolutely.
So that they can then learn from it, and you can go, hey, look, this is how going forward. This is how this goes. So they can go, oh, okay, this is where I went wrong. Well, I don't want to do that again. I want to be better. People, I really truly believe, want to be good. Mm-hmm. I believe that. Even the folks that do things that are messed up, even in their minds, they think they're doing the right thing, but they're misguided. I think people want to do the right thing. They just have to be shown the right way to do it.
Absolutely.
And that's what's going on with that. So there's only going to lay out there. But we going to get there. It's just a matter of it's a growing process. It's a learning process. I just was telling somebody last night that, there's no losses, there's lessons.
Absolutely. I've learned that too.
And and to a degree that's right. I mean, she argued with me that, there is a certain loss of, maybe time and stuff like that. And I would counter that with, yeah, you do lose time. But in that space and time, hopefully you learn something. So you still gain something out of it. But
got it. Yes.
All
And
right.
then, you know, also in 5 years, I feel like with technology going on, technology would be very
Oh
advanced.
my God, I ain't can't even think about
They got flying cars now.
They got flying car. How about I this? Let me tell you how I know I'm in the future. Let me tell you how I know I'm in the future. Okay, I love video games. I have an Xbox at home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and I'm like old. Like don't let the black don't cry. Don't let it fool you. Okay, don't let it fool you. I'm like almost 50. Okay,
Okay.
I've been playing video games my whole life. So I went from the Atari to the Nintendo.
You
to
went back to the
I'm trying to tell you. I went back. I had an Atari, a Nintendo, 8-bit old school Nintendo, had the Sega Genesis, and I had all of these iterations of video games that I love video games.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you how I know we're in the future. I can take my phone right now, and I got this little device that I hook up to my phone that turns it into an Xbox on my phone. I was playing Grand Theft Auto 5 with my brother on my phone, like talking to him like, yo, man, they coming over there. Like, this is the future. This is the future. So I can't even imagine in 5 years what you'll be able to do with technology in 5 years. ChatGPT is revolutionary.
Absolutely.
Right?
And they have Spinbot too. That's actually
I don't even know what that is.
So Spinbot, right? Say if that, you know, people, they like to communicate, or people who talk with a slang but want to sound more professional. So you put in what you want to say, and then Spinbot reverses it to a more professional way of saying it. Yes. Yes, they do.
What? That's the dope. Oh my God. Yo, it's gonna be ill. I used, and this was crazy, kind of tie back in, ChatGPT helped me write my book.
What?
Yeah. Because I was confused. Like, I don't want it to write the book.
Right.
But I want to use it, you know
As
what I
far
mean?
as like guiding you.
It's guiding me and whatnot. So I'll put in a prompt and it'll spit something out, and then I'll write da-da-da-da, and then ask it to edit it. And crazy.
Yeah.
So in 5 years, technology is going to be, one will be used to whatever it is. Like, because we're going to gradually grow into that thing, you know what I mean? So I would imagine in 5 years, the AI is going to be ridiculous. Like, I want to be in my car and tell it, you know, on some Knight Rider shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like take me to Macy's, you know what I mean? And yeah, okay, well, I don't know, because the Macy's is cool. Like, I want it. I want all the technology.
They're probably going to incorporate AI into the cars.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
There would be no need for GPS anymore.
That'd be crazy. Like,
None
come
of
on,
that.
man. I want it. You know what else is dope too? BMW, right? This was maybe last year. BMW is working, well, they have a prototype of a car. Not the car. It's not the car that's important. It's the paint. Okay. So you look like, let me look outside right now. Like, there's a white car. Okay. You can da 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 da. All right. Car turns to black. Gray.
What?
Yeah. You that's just the prototype. So the car can change colors in real time right in front of you. Okay. And right now it goes from white to like black, or, you know, shades of that in between. But
Right.
that's just a prototype. In the future, come on, man, it's gonna
Just
be green,
imagine.
red, black. Come on.
But
bro.
wouldn't that be like, I don't know.
I need it.
Depending on,
I need it. I need it when I'm running from them folks, man.
That's what
I
I'm
need
saying,
it.
because what if someone's like in the middle of a chase and
I
they're like,
need it.
oh, well, I want to blend in with everybody.
I need
Change.
it. I need it. I drive a sports car. I need to duck into the, you know what I'm saying, duck into the alleyway in
Change
black
colors,
and come back
come
out
back
in red. I don't know where you went, but man,
That's going to be so confusing.
that's gonna be lit. So I think technology, you just gotta embrace it. You know what I mean? You just gotta embrace it.
gotta work
You
with
can't
it.
be scared of it. You know, I know people that are like, oh, I don't want to do, man. Look, yeah, don't be scared of it.
Either
It's a
you
tool,
move with
just
it
like
or move
anything
without
else.
it.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know,
Okay. All right.
I think that's gonna be cool.
All
You know.
right. So let's
You
do
going
the
back
next
in?
one. Yeah, we're going to
Go back in.
One.
All right, that's you. All right, go for it.
Me.
See what you got.
I'm going to look. I'm just going to grab whatever comes.
Okay, make it a juicy.
Oh, okay. Out of all your experiences, what's the most lesson you've learned? We were just talking about lessons.
Dang. Okay.
So, I've had a lot of experiences out of life.
Okay.
But the most important one, I would say, that I've learned, don't be too hard on yourself.
Okay.
Give yourself grace when you're doing anything.
Okay.
I'm the type of person to always, I wouldn't call myself a perfectionist. I love when things are like going the right way. Any small inconvenience, I like shut down and just like, oh my God, everything's ruined and everything. But it's like I have to learn to I've came a long way from where I used to be. So even with this podcasting, from when I first started up until now, I've came a long way, and it's like I have to give myself grace, because even though I'm very hard on myself, I like to be like, I need to do better. I need to do this. I think one thing that I have a problem with when it comes to the podcast industry is more of staying on social media and constantly posting and stuff like that, because sometimes I really like to just take a break from social media, but it's like when I have a podcast, I have to constantly be on that roll.
Right.
So I'm very hard on myself when it comes down to that, but then like I also have to realize like, things have happened in the past where it has hindered me to do certain things. Like I've been hospitalized and everything, so it's like I have to give myself grace of everything that I've been through.
Yeah. I'll say this too on that. Celebrate all your wins, no matter how small they are. Okay. All of them, okay? Because when you do that, you're going to realize, I'm winning. Like, I'm doing a good job. And it's the same advice I give to writers as well, who think, my idea is not good. No. Celebrate all of them, okay? Because there are people out there, you as a writer, it's not that it's annoying, but it's like, oh my God, how many people come up to you like, oh man, I want to be a writer, I want to write a book, I want to
Right.
I'm like, okay, great, so go do it. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, you want to be a writer, okay, so write. Writers write. Right. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean you have to be, published and be a bestseller, whatever. I write because the words are in my head, and it's the only way to get them out is to put them down. Okay, it's not even me. Okay, I feel like a conduit, an instrument. You know what I mean? And if I don't get them out, they're just going to knock around into my head until I go crazy. So I got to put them out, But with that said, people come up to me and they think, oh, you're this person. And no. You have something. You have a skill or a talent or whatever it is that's driving you to do whatever it is that you're doing. Okay? Celebrate. This is dope. Like, I walked in here, didn't know what to expect. I'm like, this is okay. You know what I mean? Like, you got to celebrate all of your wins, because who else is going to do it?
Exactly. If not you, then who?
You, then who? All right. Now, let me see. Okay, so let me answer it now.
Gotcha.
The most important one. I'm still trying to learn this lesson.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to give two answers. I'm still trying to learn this one. And the thing that I'm still trying to learn is patience.
Okay.
All right. Patience. Things come in time. All right. And sometimes you want something right now and it's not your time. But be patient, because what's for you is going to be for you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And nothing can take that from you. If it's for you, it's for you. It's going to find you or whatever. But you have to be patient. In that patience, you still got to do the work. All right. You don't give up, but be patient. I wrote my first book a few years back. It took me 2.5 years to write that book. So every day I chipped away at it. Every day I spent at least minimum 1 hour of writing undisturbed. You know what I mean? And I was patient. And next thing you know, I had a freaking book. Whole day. Like,
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. That's my other book. It's called Lions for a Day. It's on Kindle as well.
Okay.
Go get that too.
Go check that out.
Go check that out.
Check it out.
And then really, I think one of the most important things that I learned, and it kind of goes hand in hand with it, is an expression, a phrase that I tell my sons, and that is slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Slow is smooth.
Slow is smooth.
Smooth is fast.
Smooth is fast. So when you first do something, right, you're gonna do it slowly. Like when you were a baby learning how to walk, right?
You gotta crawl.
You gotta crawl first, and once crawling wasn't efficient enough, you got up and you started walking. And then when walking wasn't cutting it, you started to run. Right? So slow is smooth, smooth is fast. It kind of goes hand in hand with patience. All right? When you're doing something, you're doing a podcast. I'm pretty sure your very first podcast show didn't look like this. I'm positive it didn't.
Well, actually, I started in the studio.
Oh, damn. Well, you know what? Forget it. She's a pro. Forget everything I said. Throw it out.
Yeah, I started in the studio.
But the process
it took.
To get there, all right, took a minute.
Yes.
And it's just like with anything, okay? When you want to learn something, you want to get good at something, you kind of set it yourself. When things don't go your way, you get, But the process is, okay, once you get the processes down, now you're doing them smoothly. Just like if you're cutting, with a knife, you might start off like, but then after a while, you're like, oh, the repetition, the act of it, and then your speed becomes, and now you're proficient because you don't know,
you know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing. So I would definitely say that's one of the lessons that I had to that I'm learning. It's what I teach my sons. I got 2 boys.
Okay.
Shout out to Kennedy and August.
Hey.
But yeah, I think that's a big one for me.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
I love it.
Like that.
All right, you're up.
I'm up. It's me.
It's you.
All right, it's me. All right, I ain't gonna look again. I want something that's gonna have us like, ooh.
See if you get one of the juicy ones.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get one. Okay, if you could change one thing in your life now, what would it be and why? What would I change? What would I change in my life right now? Probably my inability to win the lotto. I need to change that. I need the 100. What is it? What was it? What was it? $1 billion?
Do you play the lotto?
I don't.
See, that's the problem. So we gotta change
I gotta
it.
change it. I gotta
It's
probably
the
start
fact
playing.
that people be wanting to win the lottery,
wanna
but
win,
don't
but I
play the
don't be
lottery.
playing.
Now, how you gonna get picked if you don't
I
play?
know. I don't be playing.
I think the lottery is a gamble.
Well, it is a gamble, but it's like, come on, bro. I'll probably get hit by lightning twice before you win the lottery. But
It's a once in a lifetime
it is.
thing.
But no. Something that I would change. See, but to change something implies that I think something is not right or whatever. And I think I'm really appreciative of the way things are in the process that I'm going through and the transition that I'm in. I think if I changed anything, it would just, you know what? Okay. I think I'd like to be a little more outgoing and confident in certain areas.
You seem like a pretty outgoing type of person.
That's because I'm, you know what I mean?
I got
'Cause
you.
you know what I mean? It's because I'm on. Like, here's the thing, right? So I did improv comedy with a troupe for like 10 years. I have no problem getting up in front of complete strangers and going buck wild.
Right.
I have no issue with that. It is more so my issues come in a more intimate setting. Like if I had to go to like a networking event where there's like, 50 or 100 people in a room and I have to go up to someone and talk to them and introduce myself. You know what I mean?
No way.
I can't. It's not that I can't do it. I'm just something about it is just it. There's something there,
I got you.
But that's probably the only thing that I would probably say that I need to work on, because the same stuff that I'm talking about, I preach the same things in my book about confidence, but it's different for me because I'm very confident in my writing. I'm very confident in my skill set. I'm really like I'll outwrite anybody. You know what I mean? But like, for whatever reason, when it comes to that thing, like, oh, go over there and talk to these people. Want to talk to them now? Like, they look busy, I don't
Right.
know.
Do you think that you can put the same confidence that you put into your writing into your social life?
Yeah, I could apply it like that. What's wild is I would have to do what you just said. I would have to say, all right, treat it like this. And then, yeah, okay, for whatever reason, locks are off and I can do it.
Right.
But like left to my own device, left to whatever, I turn into this real timid kind of, you know what I mean? But if I'm on a mission, like I'm going to this thing on Thursday, I have no choice but to turn up and show, Keldrick, the writer, the consultant,
Right.
you know what I mean, and understand that, I have something that's valuable, I have something that I want to present, I have something that I want y'all to look at. I have no choice.
You have to sell yourself.
I got to sell myself, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
I think you got it though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think so.
I'll take that.
You put the same confidence that you do into your writing into you selling yourself for your writing. Either way, at the end of the day, it's for a purpose. So as long as you have that in your head, like, I know what this is the focus, this is what I have to do. You have the mission, just go ahead and execute the plan.
You right.
You got it. You right about that. And that's what anything. I take life as anything. If I have that mission, if I know that this is what I want to do, execute the plan. You already have the plan layout.
True.
Just go ahead and execute it.
Yes, again,
Just gotta get it done.
It goes right back to, I'm not trying to tie this in, but back to the road trip method. If you know where you're going, it makes it a lot easier
For the process.
to get there.
Look at that.
I mean, it's a little plug, you know what I mean? I wish are we gonna see this? Can I put like can I point and put like a link?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Follow the link.
But yeah, man, like, I agree. So yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Appreciate
problem.
All right, so what you got?
My turn.
What you got?
Oh, if I could change anything. See, I wasn't going to say if I could change anything, it would be to not have heart failure.
Okay.
But I think since having it, it has changed my life into a more healthier route. And I've always been trying to get to that healthier route. So I feel like this is God's way of kind of like putting you like, hey, you said you want to get healthy? I
guess what, partner?
You know, they say be careful what you ask for because God going to give it to you whatever way that he plans is going to give it to you.
You know, that's wild. And I talk about, oh God, I feel like I'm really plugging it now. But
Go for it.
I feel like I'm really plugging it. But the Road Trip Method, the book there's a guide. The book does talk about the art or the act of manifestation and asking for things. And it's true. The universe hears you, right? When you say, I want this, the universe is like, all right, cool. Let me give it to you.
Gotcha.
You have to be so specific, okay?
Very.
So if you say, universe, please send me a person that is caring and loving and giving and funny and smart and pretty and witty and charming and is this and there's all these other things, and then it shows up, you got to be like, oh, okay, this is what I wanted. Well, this is what you asked for. Now you got to be. Now you got it. You got it. Now what you gonna do?
Right.
Oh, snap. Okay.
You gotta fix it out.
I got it now. Oh, damn. Okay. I know he's gonna give it to me right now. You know what I mean? But it's true. Now that you have the thing that you want, now is when the lesson begins. Right.
Right.
You got some heart failure issues and whatnot. Some heart issues. Okay. Well, guess what? Now is the lesson. What are you gonna do with it now? You can choose to say, all right, well, screw that, and you go eat 10 buckets of hot wings or whatever, or you can, all right, I'm going to construct a diet plan, or I'm going to live my life so that other people can see me and understand that, hey, I'm going through this thing and you can beat it because here's what I did. You can be a beacon for somebody.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And that's what I do with my social media.
Yeah.
Well, not everything, but I do for like my close friends, like my Facebook friends, like whatever I'm going through, I kind of like, hey, this is what's going on, this is what's happening. But I do X, Y, and Z as far as helping me. Like I did juicing for a while. I started juicing and kind of helping with my heart failure. Started eating different things. I no longer shop at like Walmart and stuff like that. I do more of like farmers market, Whole Foods, stuff like that. And I have to, a lot of people don't realize you have to look at the labels that are on your foods and what's in it. And a lot of the things, if they have ingredients that you cannot say or
can't pronounce it,
get rid of it.
Dang.
Get rid of it. I've learned that. I've watched numerous of YouTube videos on it. I have, like, my doctors give me, like, follow-up papers and everything. Like, I'm always reading on certain things of how to manage my heart failure. And a lot of the times is you have to go with natural foods. You have to go with things that don't have all of the excess stuff that they put in there. All of the high sodium or the high cholesterol, a lot of those things you have to take out in order for you to take care of your body. And one thing about America I realized, because I just came back from Jamaica not too long ago, America and different other countries, they put a lot of bad things into their food versus, like, when I ate chicken in Jamaica, I didn't feel bloated. I didn't have no problem. I have no issue. But when I eat food here, I get that bloated feeling.
Well, you know why,
that processed food.
America is a corporation. It's a business.
Absolutely.
All right, and so they're in the business of the bottom line, and whatever we can cut out, all right, to expand on our profits, we're gonna do that. You know about the writer's strike happening?
No.
Okay, this is a pretty big deal in the writing world, right? There's a writer's strike happening right now because writers are upset that they're not getting paid off the things that they've written. Like, let's say Netflix, okay? Whatever the number one movie on Netflix, I don't know. Let's see what that is right now.
Yeah, go for
okay?
it.
The number one movie on Netflix. Get out of here. Netflix. All right. Right now, the number one movie on Netflix is Heart of Stone, which I kind of wanted to watch because it looks awesome. I love action movies, right?
Okay.
Now, if this movie were released in a theater right now over the weekend, we can say, okay, Heart of Stone is tracking to make $1 billion or $100 million. We can track that, right? How are you the number one movie on Netflix? What are you?
Is it the most views?
How do I know what the most views are? And how? And not only that, okay, it got the most views. What does that translate into dollar-wise?
Right.
Because I can say if this movie were in the theaters and it made $100 million.
Just like the Barbie movie.
Like the Barbie movie, right? There you go.
Gotta go see Barbie.
But we can track it. We can say it made this much, so my percentage of that is this.
Right.
Writers can do that, but not with stuff like Netflix
Because
there is no.
So how do? I wonder how Netflix pays the people.
They
who make
don't
the
pay them shit, is what it is.
That's crazy.
But your movie's on Netflix, so you're, you know what I mean?
You're out there.
You're out there, and their thing is like with residuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. Your movie made $100 billion in the theater, so my residual check is going to be this, and then how residuals work is it goes down half. And
it's just like when it comes to music, like how people put their stuff on Apple Music and everything, and then they have all the royalties that come in.
It's exactly the same thing like that.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So like, that's the issue that they're having.
Okay.
Is they're not happy with the way things are going in that industry. All right, I forgot what my point was.
As far as writers not getting paid.
Writers not getting paid. Yeah, but I had a point to that too. Whatever. Point is, that's what's happening right now. Okay. Is these people are not getting paid and they're striking it. They're striking because they feel it's unfair that we do all this work, because the movies, you have to have a writer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to have a writer. Like there's no movie without a writer. You know what I mean? You can have all the actors in the world.
But whoever needs to write the script.
What are they going to do? Stand around and stare at each other like, okay, thanks for looking at me. You know what I mean? You can have all of that.
Gotcha.
So that's what's going on in that world over there. I had a point to that, but I don't remember what it was. But,
it'll come back.
Whatever.
All right, let's shoot for the last one.
Last one. Okay. It's on you.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Let's see.
Make it a good one now.
Let's make it a good one. Oh, I got
you stuck?
Stuck.
Okay. All right. Okay. Last one.
Okay. Oh. This might be it.
This is the one.
When do you know you've fallen out of love with somebody?
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
Let's say story time.
All right, go for it.
I had an ex, and we probably dated for about 2 years. Within that 2 years, in the beginning, he was doing everything right. But then, you trickle down, you get comfortable with people, and you kind of figure out who they are as an individual and everything. And I'm the type of person to want to push you to do better. I feel like if I see that there's potential in you, I want to push you to your potential. Yeah. But you have to want it more than I do, because I can't want it more for you. It's your life. Yeah. And I felt that he didn't want it a lot. So I felt like in the relationship, I was going one way, and he was kind of at a standstill. And I feel like in a relationship, you both should be able to have goals, not only for the relationship, but for yourself as well. And for me, I didn't see that he wanted to do anything with himself. And that was a big issue for me. So as time went on, I seen a lot of bad habits within him that I didn't see in my future as far as where I wanted to go. So after a while, like when you kind of like, when everything like gets together in your mind, you kind of just see things for what it is. You kind of just like lose interest. And for me, I lost interest quick. Wow. Because I didn't see that we weren't going anywhere.
But you were in love with him though.
Yes, I could say that.
Okay, all right.
But after a while, I was just like, you know what? After certain things that I seen that he just couldn't be there for me or in any way, shape, or form, it's like, how do you fall in love with someone who, just cannot do that? So there was an incident where something had happened and it clicked for me. And after that, it was just like, I didn't care. So that incident just made me just go from 100 to I don't even want to be with you anymore. Okay. And it's just like once I have that feeling, everything else dies down. Like the communication stops, or it gets lessened, or we don't have much in common, or we don't go out more or anything. It's just like wherever I'm going, you're not going. So it's like I don't have that drive to try to drag you on or whatever the case may be. Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize they take things for granted. And I feel like he took me for granted. And he tried to show like, oh, I can do better. But now you're trying to do better after I've already then let it go. So it's like, it's too late. You should have said that 2 years ago prior. Then we would have been somewhere. But now it's just like, it's too late for all of that.
That's his loss.
That's his loss, right?
You know?
So
and again, there's a loss, but then there's a lesson. You know,
yes,
so hopefully going forward he can, you know, whatever that he needs to do to get right. But you know, whatever. That sucks. But
that was tough, right?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
And I feel like I had to move on.
Well,
you know?
Good. But see, when I really believe in that. Okay, you're not together no more.
No.
Okay, cool. But that opens you up, right, to know now, okay, well, I don't want this, so I'm not taking that no more. So whoever comes after that, we ain't taking that.
Step your game up.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't taking that no more. We ain't doing that no more. I'm not falling for that. Whatever. That's the standards. Again, your value.
You gotta raise the bar.
Raise the bar. Your bar's been raised. So, you know, whoever comes after this dude, you know he. You know what I mean? You feel me? So
you gotta be on one.
You gotta be on it. So that's dope. It's a lesson. It's always a lesson. But it can't hurt. You know what I mean? I would say, honestly, I don't think because the way I view love is energy, right? And the laws of science dictate that energy cannot be destroyed.
Absolutely.
So I think what happens is the love fades over time, but it fades because there was a point in time, if you love somebody, if you really truly love them, you can't just get over it. You know what I mean? You see them. I think when I'm no longer in love with someone, I just want them to be happy. You know what I mean? Like I just we didn't work out, but that's us. We didn't work out. I want you to still be happy. Because you deserve it. You know what I mean? Everybody deserves to be loved. Everybody deserves to be happy. You deserve that. It's not going to happen over here. You know what I mean?
Not with me.
Not with me. You know what I mean? Like,
with someone else. Yes,
with someone else. And you know what?
That's perfectly fine.
The things that we didn't do right, it doesn't necessarily make you a bad person or me a bad person because you didn't do this. And then, okay, well, maybe the next person will do that and they'll like you. You don't have to change. I don't think you should have to change for anyone, right?
No, you should definitely be yourself.
You should be yourself. And I think if you're changing, it's because you want it, okay? If your person, whatever, you've come to find out they don't like a certain thing, okay, well, you now have a choice. Okay, this person doesn't like this thing, and I like this person. So I tell you what, that's not a big deal. I can switch that up, and it doesn't. It's
all about compromising.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I feel like when I get to a point with you where, look, I'm good, mama. Okay, I'm good. You know what? It didn't work with us. That's cool. I want you to still be happy. It's just not gonna happen over here, and that's cool. That's how I know. That's how I know when I'm falling out. It's like when I'm genuinely happy for you, because I have a lot of not say a lot of, I don't say it like that, but
don't get in trouble.
Yeah, right.
Don't get in trouble.
But I have exes that I'm happy for them. When I see them, they're married or they're with whatever, I'm happy because you found what you were looking for. You got it.
Right.
And so that's a good thing. I still love you in the sense that space that you were in I needed that space, for that block of time. I needed that. So thank you for that. We don't have it anymore, but thank you for that because I needed it. I needed somebody to love me, or I needed someone. I needed someone to. I could have sworn I turned that. I needed someone to love me, and I needed to love someone in that space, and you allowed it.
Right.
For however long it was. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful for the experience because again, it's not a loss. It's a lesson in that. It's an experience, and thank you for that. It's made me better. Whoever gets me now, you're getting the absolute best version. Okay.
Love that.
Like you don't get like this is. Man, woo.
So this is like your last hurrah?
I don't know. You see, but I can't say it's my last hurrah, but I can say that with every relationship, I would hope that we get better.
Absolutely.
Right? I would hope that we understand, okay, well, this happened, and, you take responsibility for the role you played. Because it's very easy to be like, oh, well, my baby mom is a da-da-da, or this person, and she's a bitch, and it's very easy to do that, but you still played a role.
Absolutely.
Right? Because you could have left. at any time. No one is holding you. You know what I mean?
You have no ties to a person.
Zero. No one. Anyone. People get divorced. You can leave. Okay, you don't have to stay there. But if you choose to stay there, okay, well then here are the things that come with it, and play your part. So I always look at what I didn't do or what I could have done in a relationship. I could have did this. I could have done that. I'm not blaming. I'm not. It's not all my fault, but I did do these certain things.
You're taking accountability.
Exactly. So that's how I look at it. But yeah.
Okay. Got it. All
Got
right. I love that.
Cool.
Great that we had this conversation.
Yeah.
Give it up for yourself. Celebration.
Thank you very much. That was cool, man.
It was cool. All right, you guys. This is the conclusion to our show. This is our episode with Sosa and friends of Let's Talk About It.
I'm a friend.
Now, you guys can find us everywhere on social media. You guys can find us on Twitter at Talk About It 22. You guys can find us on Instagram at creative_stations with a K. You guys can also find me on my main Instagram at Shorty. There's 2 D's and 2 E's _. Pretty much everywhere. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music. Do I keep going?
Man, you know what I'm saying? Hit them again. What you know what I'm saying? We on Amazon. We on Spotify. We on Apple.
We on Apple.
Where you want us to be. We there. We everywhere you ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Google us. You feel me?
Look me up, boo.
It'll be a vibe. So, as further ado, who do we have?
Again,
thank you for coming,
Well, thank you for having me. This has been amazing. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Kels, the creative consultant. You can catch me on TikTok. Actually, it's Kels, or my name, Keldrick Mobley, KELDRICK MOBLEY. You can catch me on Instagram. Same handles, Keldrick Mobley, or actually is Kels. What else do I got? I got a Facebook. I think I got a Facebook. I don't think anybody uses that anymore though. But
I still use Facebook.
You still use it?
I guess for like family and stuff.
I have that, and I got a Twitter, but it's an X now. But
yeah, Twitter is an X now, which is weird. Yeah. I haven't updated my phone, like my Twitter app, but I don't want that X thing.
Nah, but I'm on Instagram and I'm on TikTok, and you can find me there. And it's I do videos, I do hints and tips for writers and things like that. And I try to be as inspirational as I can be when I can be. And then, of course, my dog. I got videos of my dog because she's the best. So
gotcha.
that's it.
All right. Give it up for yourself. Thank you. This has been a vibe.
That's what's up.
Love it. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna edit this. We gonna figure it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop it and we're gonna share it.
Okay, that's what's up. Oh, we on the thing too.
We on everything. We on all type of angles. We're on top with all type of angles. So you guys know where to find us. You guys know where to reach us.
Yeah.
And that is it. It's a wrap.
Okay, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It's done.
It's done.
Finish.